Esta es una dura realidad a la que se tienen que enfrentar muchas empoderadas. Veamos.
They are being pursued by the 80% of men they don't find attractive, and they're pursuing the 20% of men that have too many clothes. And because of that, men are trash. Okay. Because what's happened is the supply and demand curve, it will meet in short-term dating, but it won't meet in long-term dating. Make more money than you. Raise your hand if you would like him to make more money than you. Yes?
Should he make it or would I like
Would
that?
you like that? Would you like him to make more money than you? Would you like that?
Okay.
Absolutely. Definitely.
But the woman also has to contribute, not be a bum.
Yeah, do
Okay,
your part.
so I'm curious, like, do you think as a woman makes more money that she's fine with a man who makes less money because she
No.
makes more money?
Been there, done that. I'm not doing it again.
did that.
I've definitely done that.
So on
think-
average, as a woman makes more money, she wants her man to make even more money.
Women dating down, which means, you know, a man.
Can you turn the volume up? Bottom right.
So it looks like women are getting victimized again. Women are having to date down because there are no good men left. Let's talk about why. So usually men make more than women, which is not fair. Let's not talk about why. We'll just assume it's oppression. So to combat this oppression, we need the government to make laws so that women can make an equal amount of money, which is fair. And once women are making an equal amount of money, now men who make less than them are f***ing losers. Women are getting educated and they have standards, so they're not gonna date down. She needs a man who makes more money than her, which is not fair. Government help. So basically, women need to be making the same amount of money as men, or even more, because it's 2023. That's the year that it is. This is the year, and so the government has to make this happen, because it's August 23rd. The logic is flawless. So all women should be equal to or better than men, and all women should be able to find a man who makes more money than she does. Where have all the good men gone? I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. I got educated, and that's something that men care about a whole lot. So now, me and all the other educated women are looking for men, and they're all busy. What's going on here? I want a man who makes 6 figures, because that's more than me, and that's not fair. So I should be making 6 figures. And when I get my 6 figures, I want a man who's making 7 figures. Why can't I find any? And when I do find a man who makes 7 figures, that's oppressive. Government, help! I'm so sick of all this dating down. Why don't you just do better? Hey, you can't do better, government! Why can't I raise my standards and make a lot of money and then find a guy who makes more money who doesn't have a lot of women? I just don't get it. It's the mystery of our time.
Acaba de revelar precisamente información que si juntas muchos videos de todos los canales que hay, este video lo explica todo, güey. O sea, prácticamente te está diciendo todo. Y las morras, si escuchaste, ahorita las vamos a ver, pero si escuchaste, se estaban riendo, güey. Porque, digo, obviamente no están tontas, sí saben qué pedo. O sea, ellas saben lo que están haciendo, muchas veces están conscientes, pero les vale madre. O sea, es la realidad. Simplemente ellas quieren a un vato acá arriba, high status, que tenga dinero, que sea exitoso, ya saben, todos los estándares que tienen, ¿no? Curiosamente, esas que ponen los más altos estándares son las postmuro, que no tenían por qué, o sea, no deben de hacerlo ya, o sea, deben de bajar sus estándares para poder conseguir algo. Pero bueno, eso es otro tema. Eso es, curiosamente nos damos cuenta de que las postmuros son las que tienen los estándares más altos. Entonces, ya cuando está ese hombre, vamos a decir que las llega a pelar, ¿ok? que llegue a hacerles caso, incluso que se llegue a casar con ellas. Oh, no, pues estoy oprimida. ¿Por qué? Porque estoy con un hombre que gana mucho dinero y tengo que hacer todo lo que él me pida. Pues yo no quiero eso. Yo quiero ser independiente y ganar lo mismo. Entonces la hacen a un lado. Güey, ¿quién las entiende? Este es el mundo moderno. Este es el dating moderno, güey. Está bien cabrón. Está muy difícil hoy en día. Y está difícil para todos, o sea, no solamente para las mujeres, porque las mujeres la tienen difícil ver esto, porque para donde se muevan, están empinadas. Pero los hombres, pues también la encuentran difícil, porque la gran mayoría de las personas son hombres las que quieren tener una relación seria. La gran mayoría de las veces son los hombres. Las mujeres no tanto, no les importa. ¿Okay? No les importa, sinceramente. Lo único que les importa es lo que puedes hacer por ellas. No les importas tú.
Guys, it's really simple. You got to get out there and climb that ladder. And when you do climb that ladder, then you're an evil bastard and you need to be forced to share. And when you do share, then you're a loser. Better climb that ladder, buddy. Why can't all men be better than all women while we also have enforced equality? It just does not make sense.
Ladies, have you ever got with a married man before?
No.
No?
No.
Yes,
Yes, there it is. One home wrecker in the group.
1,000%.
Okay.
My
I
trainer.
keep trying to tell you.
My old trainer.
Bad karma.
If you saw a guy and you were like initially attracted to him and you found out he was attached, girlfriend or married, would you find him more attractive?
No.
No.
Not more.
I mean, that
but
happens all the time. I feel like, happens all the time now.
Interesting.
off.
Because research
Just-
says...
hold on, I'm curious.
O sea,
Do you-
pero al final de cuentas sí salió con él. O sea, dice que no. Oh, no necesariamente lo vi tan atractivo. Ah, no, pero pues te lo estabas cogiendo. O sea, ¿qué pedo ahí? ¿Me explico? O sea, no pueden ser sinceras, güey. O sea, no pueden. Les cuesta trabajo ser honestas, ser sinceras. Incluso con ellas mismas. Pues, imagínate qué esperanzas con los demás.
You think that men who, when they get married and women know they're married, do they get more attention from women or less?
I feel like it's,
I think
both, I
women
think
do.
it's saying both
I feel like
ways.
it depends.
Yeah. I feel like it's saying both ways.
Yeah, women don't get more attention from men because they're married. Women, we do not care how many who you're dating.
Every time I get in a relationship, I get way more attention.
Yes. Anytime.
Guys be like,
We
guys
not-
be like, guys be like, your man, come on.
Yes.
I agree that they say F your man. I disagree that you're getting more attention.
No,
I tell you, the
they
same
like
dude,
you
the dude
more.
would still smash if you weren't in a relationship. We're not
Well, they
turned
would, but I'm
on.
saying they still contact you more. Once they see you have a boyfriend, they're like, ooh, let me see if I
yeah.
can slide
I don't
in.
think they're more
It's
interested because you have a
heavy.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
It's heavy
For
when
sure.
I'm in a relationship.
Yeah, that doesn't work on Instagram. You lose
does.
followers. You will lose capital in that.
Aquí es el detalle, es el problema. Y la culpa es de los sims, ¿no? Que le están dando atención. O sea, ¿por qué le tienes que dar atención a una mujer casada en una relación? Porque ese problema, o sea, de por sí ya se subió al pedestal. Ya se cree inalcanzable. Entonces, el hecho de que los hombres le estén dando atención, incluso en una relación, incluso estar casada, fíjate cómo se ponen. Oh, sí, como quiera me hablan. Oh, sí, como quiera. O sea, no las puedes bajar del pedestal, güey. Ahí se quedan. Y ahí es el problema. Porque saben que aún pasando los 30, aún pasando el muro, aún con hijos, aún casadas, siguen obteniendo atención de los hombres. A lo mejor no de los hombres que quisieran, pero la atención ahí está. Atención es atención. Y ese es un problema. Ese sí es un problema. ¿Ok? No debemos de ponerle atención, especialmente a las posmuro, güey. O sea, ¿para qué? ¿Para qué? ¿Para que eleven más sus estándares? ¿Para que sigan confundiendo a los hombres? No, bro, tenemos que acabar con esto ya.
Yes.
I'm going to say something where there's some confusion because there's going to be a lot of like black pill people who are watching this and they're like,
Bring it.
And, okay, so here's the thing. The way it works is, and I want to make this distinction because I've talked to a couple of people that have given me these objections. Number one, there's a difference between short-term dating and long-term dating, and there's a difference between familiar and unfamiliar. There's a group of men that cannot compete in short-term dating, the short-term dating market. And that's because women in an unfamiliar scenario find most men to be unattractive. That's Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge. If a guy has a cool social circle, or if he knows a bunch of people, or if you have a bunch of female friends who vouch for him, that's a familiar situation.
Right.
And you can take a guy who's not as attractive and builds him up. So that's the thing. I don't want to discourage, because a bunch of people think that when I say that, when I talk about Brock the bartender, Steve the male stripper, and Victor the VIP host that have all slept with 500 plus women, that I'm like, they're the only guys that can. I was like, oh, I like guys that I have a connection and a vibe with. Every guy you have a connection and vibe with sells has a tattoo sleeve and is 6'3". Like, shut the fuck up with the connection. But the thing is, when I see that, I think it discourages a lot of people. So I don't want to do that. I just want to say there's short-term dating and then there's long-term dating. And the main thing I want you guys to understand is that there's a group of men out there that are kind of being left behind. And what we've illustrated from a lot of things today is that there could be, depending on how you look at it, a crisis in dating. And we're trying to point out that crisis through our obligation to objective fact. And there's a group of people who don't like that we're saying that and then consistently strawman us. That's the thing. And I'm not even red pill. And they still do that to me. So that's the thing I want to point out, okay? Men can be delusional.
Yeah,
that's
I can't
okay.
get away from that
but
tag.
women can be delusional also.
Yes.
And then we understand that. And that doesn't make us misogynist. Does that make sense?
Right.
Oh, let me see if I can
But
balance
you know
this.
what, too?
It was real.
When you talk about Instagram, and I think, we all know that it shows you what they think you want to see,
Yes.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Just
So
like the
when,
clothes like you want to buy.
So like when you're in a on a post and it's like they're talking about women versus men, and I see a lot of men saying, women, we think you guys are, and we think you're trash and this and this and that, but I don't really feel like a
just
lot
look at
of
the chat
regular
right
women
now.
don't feel
Well,
like that.
I hear a lot of women say this, but what happens is they are being pursued by the 80% of men they don't find attractive, and they're pursuing the 20% of men that have too many. And because of that, men are trash. Because what's happened is the supply and demand curve, it will meet in short-term dating, but it won't meet in long-term dating unless they're like 21 and super hot. Then it'll meet in long-term dating, and that's where women are frustrated, and women are choosing certain guys more than others in short-term dating, so men think that's unfair. So women think
to go to hell.
women think I do not abide by any of this. Love you, Mo. I would never call a woman out. It's terrible.
So here's the data. When women thought a man was single, 59% found him attractive. But when they thought he was in a committed relationship, 90% found him attractive.
Oh, imagínate. Ahí está. Eso, la preselection, se le llama la preselección. De ellas saben, o sea, es que no funcionamos de la misma forma. Eso es algo que también a lo mejor mucha gente no puede entender todavía. ¿Por qué se debe esto? Pues debido a la preselección. O sea, es el comportamiento femenino. O sea, cuando ellas ven, ellas saben que un hombre pues ya está amarrado, ya está casado, está en una relación. Incluso cuando es una relación, cuando lo saben de propia persona, ¿okay? O cuando conocen a la pareja, que son muy cercanos, cuando saben que es una relación sana, se sienten más, o sea, ellas pueden sentir más atracción por ese hombre. Digo, hay otras cosas, y eso también lo puedo decir por experiencia propia, hay otras cosas que cuando ven una relación feliz, bien, sana, entre ellas mismas se empiezan a sabotear, güey. Empiezan a sabotear esa relación porque les da envidia, güey. O sea, les da envidia que ellas no pueden tener ese hombre y no pueden ser felices como su amiga, incluso su familia, hermana o hija o lo que sea, güey. Está bien cabrón ese pedo. Entonces, bueno, volviendo al tema de la preselección, es eso. O sea, ellas ven atractivo un hombre en una relación, matrimonio, porque saben, por algo están con él. Alguien más lo eligió. Están prácticamente haciendo el trabajo por mí. O sea, yo ya sé, yo ya no quiero batallar, yo ya sé que ese hombre es de alto valor, es bueno y me conviene, entonces por eso lo quiero. Porque ya alguien más hizo el trabajo por ella. Así son, güey, ese es el comportamiento femenino. Eso es lo que deben de entender, eso es la red pill. Así es, de eso se trata, de entender. Entonces por eso lo encuentra más atractivo. En cambio, para los hombres, pues es completamente diferente. Cuando vemos una chica, no sé, la exnovia o la novia de tu amigo, de tu hermano, que no se te hace tan atractiva ya cuando ya no andan. O sea, igual nada más te la quieres dar, pero si como por una relación, como que no. Y también cuando ves una chica que todo el mundo se la acerca, o sea, por algo todo el mundo se le acerca normalmente, no siempre, pero normalmente una chica promedio, una chica más o menos ahí, o que se ve medio, pues así medio putona, pues todo el mundo se le acerca, porque todo el mundo se le quiere coger, güey. ¿Ok? En cambio, las chicas, nice, finas, súper guapas, bonitas, que tú las ves, tú dices, es fina, se siente, no se le acercan muchos hombres. ¿Por qué? Por el miedo, güey, por el miedo al rechazo, porque no tienen game, entre otras cosas. Entonces, entre más hombres están detrás de una mujer promedio, más eleva sus estándares y para los hombres, para los ojos de los hombres, pues no es tan atractiva. ¿Okay? Eso es completamente diferente. Son casos completamente diferentes que debemos entender tanto el comportamiento femenino y el comportamiento masculino. Así es como nos comportamos. Ellas van a ver por estas razones explicadas al hombre en una relación más atractivo. ¿Okay? Porque están viendo por ellas. ¿Sí? Alguien más lo seleccionó antes por mí. Bueno, ya pasó las pruebas, déjame nomás lo agarro yo. Y ya. Es como esas que esperan al final de la meta, nomás esperar a los exitosos, déjame lo agarro yo. Lo mismo. En cambio los hombres dicen, no, ya se la cogió ya pasó por aquí, tiene atención de muchos hombres, le habla a muchos hombres. Incluso en mi experiencia personal es eso, güey. O sea, cuando veo una morra, por ejemplo, en el gym, cuando veo una morra que le habla a todos los vatos, güey, por más buena que esté, a mí no me interesa, güey. No se me hace atractiva, la verdad. Y si llegara a hablarme o si se llegara a dar algo entre ellos, es como que yo ya sé de que va un rato, mija. O sea, a mí no me interesa tener una relación contigo porque al final de cuentas vas a seguir hablándole a un montón de hombres. Ahí vas a tener atención. Ese es un comportamiento muy tóxico, ¿verdad?
Single women were more interested in poaching an attached man rather than pursuing a single man.
They know who's a good one.
Lo que acabo de decir.
Yeah, because it's proof of concept. It's proof of concept. It proves that the thing that you want him for, again, single mothers, while you may see an attractive woman who has children, single fathers are generally more attractive to the opposite sex than single mothers are. Single fathers are like proof of concept. You were able to have this baby and provide and protect and procure.
Right.
See, when a man is a single father, a lot of women they don't disqualify him at all. When a lot of single mothers do get disqualified by men.
Right. I agree with that.
I don't know.
I don't really date guys with kids,
Her and
though.
I over here, we don't date.
kids.
We don't like. I feel like more women are getting to the point where we don't date if you have kids.
No, I don't date men with kids
And I don't have
anymore.
kids,
No.
Only
so-
because my last
Good.
ex had a kid that he wouldn't even take care of. So why the f- you gonna have a baby with me that you're gonna take care of? Now I'm gonna feel. Now I'm gonna feel bad that you don't even take care of that child. Why don't you take care of him first, not the child we're
Right.
about to have?
If you see a guy on Instagram and he has a dog, is he more attractive?
100%.
Of course. 100%. You knew that was gonna be it.
A comprarnos un perro y a subir las fotos en Instagram. Sí, señor. ¿Cómo no? Nah, no creo que funcione siempre. Pero bueno, igual pueden encontrarlo más atractivo.
If you see a guy on Instagram and he has
Cats.
cats,
I like cats. Yeah.
Only if they don't have- I hate cats. Michael, do you have cats?
11.
I hate cats. Cats so
Bueno,
gross.
repártele uno a cada una, güey. Cada una de las podmuro que están aquí.
I have 3.
It's like
No,
shut
I'm
up.
sorry, no.
the reason I ask is what if a guy has dogs or he's into pets and stuff
Right.
Yeah.
like that, he tends to be more attractive from the sense that like maybe he would be a good bet for like a future husband
But
or
what
child
about-
I just
or
don't like the
father.
animals.
He
in
can
my
take on
house.
responsibility. is what it-
Ok, bueno. Eso es lo que tenemos el día de hoy con estas empoderadas que igual es muy difícil que lo logren entender. Pero bueno, vamos a la próxima.